Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 7 science. So dear students, in the previous class I had discussed with you regarding moisture in the soil. Means through the activity we have understood how much quantity of moisture the soil can hold, and on heating how the moisture get converted into vapor form, and that based on that the soil how much amount of the moisture get reflected from due to the sunlight, which is, and also the air above the soil. Okay, so that we have discussed. So now we will let us move on for the next concept, that is absorption of water by soil. So this is nothing but retaining capacity of water by the soil. Okay, so all the soils absorb the water to the same extent? So this is the question for you. See, there is a much difference between each kind of soil, because every kind of soil does not absorb the same quantity of water at this particular time in the given period of time. So hence let us find out so the absorption capacity of the each sample of soil. Okay, so let us do it one activity for one kind of sample of soil. So you have to repeat the same with a different sample of soil. Okay, so what you need to do in the activity, let's see. So here the activity 9.6, let us look at it. Yes, you need to take a plastic funnel. Okay, so as I shown you in the class in the previous year, I have shown you the funnel as well as the filter paper and all. So you have to take one plastic funnel and you have to take a filter paper and fold it in a manner that it can be fixed into the funnel. Okay, and place the funnel filter paper into the funnel as shown in the figure in the given diagram. Let me show you in the next page. So now what you need to do is you have to take a dried powdered soil which weighs about 50 gram. Okay, so take 50 grams of dry powdered soil and you pour it into the funnel. Means you have to pour it into the funnel through the filter paper. Okay, so it gets collected on the filter paper. Okay, on the funnel. So now take some quantity of water, means measure certain amount of water in the measuring cylinder. Take a one measuring cylinder. I shown you what is the measuring cylinder. So this is a kind of material which can hold the water. So we have 50 ml, 100 ml to 150 ml, 200 ml of measuring cylinders in our science lab. Okay, so take one measuring cylinder of quantity 50 ml. So fill the water into it and pour it. By using the measuring cylinder, pour the water on the funnel, okay, which contains the soil sample by drop. Okay, pour this water which is collected in the measuring cylinder, you pour it on the funnel drop by drop on the sample of soil which you have taken in the filter paper. Okay, so you can use a dropper also for dropping the water drop by drop, because so you, with your manually with your hand you cannot drop by drop, it's very difficult for you, so it may fall more than drop. So use a dropper for this purpose. Now do not let the water fall at one spot. So just don't drop the water one by one step, drop by drop, only at one spot or one place. So surrounding the filter paper, wherever the soil sample is there, around that you drop the water drop by drop by using a dropper. Yes, now look at it, the diagram here. So this is the now beaker. So on that there is a plastic funnel which is there. So on the plastic funnel we have round shaped, we have done a conical shaped filter paper we have put into that. On that we have put a sample of soil 50 gram weight, and we have taken the amount of water in a measuring cylinder. From that we have collected some amount of water by using a dropper. Here you can see. So okay, by using the dropper we are putting the water drop water on the filter paper into the which is there on the funnel. So downside there is a beaker. Yes, now pour the water all over the soil, drop by drop you have to pour the water. Now keep pouring the water till it starts dripping. Means for what happens here, you have to do the see, when we do it experiment in the science lab you will understand more. Okay, so still I would try to make it clear for you by explanation. Okay, so keep pouring the water till it starts dripping. Means what happens, so when you start dropping the water drop by drop all over the soil, which is where the soil is, which is present in the filter paper, when you're dropping the water drop by drop, the soil particles start absorbing that drop of water all over the soil, all over the filter paper, okay, which is there. So for some extent only the soil particles can absorb this water, drop of water, whenever the drop of water falls on them. Okay, after some time when their absorption capacity is over, so beyond their absorption capacity, the soil particles cannot hold the water with them. So there what happens here, the water starts dropping down through the filter paper. Okay, when the capacity of absorption of the soil sample is over, then the water starts falling through the filter paper and fall onto the beaker. It starts collecting into the beaker. Till then the soil sample particles will hold the water, whatever the water droplets fall on them, they collect. Okay, later on what happens, the water starts dripping into the beaker through the filter paper. So now subtract the amount of water left in the measuring cylinder from the amount of water you started with. Suppose you started with 100 ml of water and you left with 25 ml of water in the measuring cylinder. It means 75 ml of water is what happened, used for absorption capacity. So like that you have to subtract the amount of water which is left in the measuring cylinder from the amount of water which you have collected in the measuring cylinder in the beginning, okay, when you started. So now from the amount you started with, okay, so this is the amount of water which is retained by the soil. So whatever the amount of water you get now after subtracting, so this is the amount of water that is retained by the soil. Means that much amount of water is held by the soil particles. For example, you have taken 100 ml of water in a measuring cylinder. Only 25 ml of water is left in the measuring cylinder after when the water started dripping into the beaker. So now subtract 100 ml is the beginning amount of water which you have taken. So the amount of water left in the measuring cylinder now at last 25 ml. So 100 minus 25, 75 ml of water is the amount of water that is absorbed by the soil or retained by the soil. Okay, so record your results in your notebook in the following manner. So whatever the result you got it now, you record in the following manner. It's quite simple. Let me explain you. Okay, see, so what is the amount of soil taken for this? 50 gram. So what is the initial volume of water in the measuring cylinder? That is UML. So 100 ml you take it as UML, initial volume of water which you have taken in the measuring cylinder. What is the final volume of the water in the measuring cylinder? That you take it as VML. Okay, so now what is the volume of water retained by the soil or absorbed by the soil? You have to find out. So for that subtract UML minus VML. Okay, so what is the weight of the water absorbed by the soil? That is U minus V mg. Sorry, U minus V gram, not mg, milligram, only gram. Okay, so 1 ml of water has required equal to, has weight equal to 1 gram. So 1 ml of water has the weight equal to 1 gram of what? Soil. So that's why, so what is the percentage of water absorbed by the soil is, you have to find out by using the formula U minus V divided by 50 into 100. So you can repeat this activity with different soil samples. Okay, so would you get the same result for every kinds of samples, for all the samples? You may not get it. Okay, so discuss these all results with your friends and you can even discuss the following questions. So which soil would have the greatest percolation rate? Which kind of soil would have the lowest percolation rate? So that you can discuss. Okay, so dear students, I hope you understood this concept and even the activity. So we will do this activity in the science lab whenever you come to the regular classes. That would be the most interesting practical activity. We can do it most happily. So dear students, I hope you understood. Let me continue the remaining concept in the next day. Thank you and have a nice day.